Hey, coming at you with another podcast. This has been a good week for old Bry. Got a lot done, but unfortunately, on that list was not videos. I tried. I tried to put one together, but filmed it yesterday. Was feeling good about it. Went to go and cut it today, and I was like, oh god, this is definitely absolutely not seeing the light of day ever. And so that was that. And I was like, well, but on the upside, or I don't know if it counts as on the upside, but we played a show earlier this week. I think on Saturday, and it was cool. I think the first time we played outdoors, maybe not the first time I played outdoors. Yeah, because one time when I was in Japan, like I was in this like acapella group, which was yeah. I don't know if I ever brought that up. That was a thing. But I was doing that, and I was the old bass guy. I was like, hey, dum dum dum, like doing all that. I was terrible. My sense of pitch was even worse than it is now, and it's still not great. So I don't really know like how that was going, and I'm surprised that they let me keep doing it. Honestly, it was a lot of fun though. Like I think my first time kind of being exposed to that kind of stuff, and it was an interesting little chapter of my life and a lot of fun. I think because we I don't know, just never. I never saw that as something that I would do, and it was like full on Pitch Perfect style. Not the actual thing, but the movie. Duh, everyone knows that. Come on, okay. But yeah, like seriously, just full on that, doing covers and just who in and doing all that stuff. I don't know, like it is pretty nerdy. I'm not gonna deny that, but it was lots of fun. Anyhow, we did one like gig, I guess, and it was outside. It was at the old college actually, and it was like this competition. I don't remember if it was like a singing competition or just like Sophia. Yeah, you already know that. I was about to be like, oh no, I gave away the school. I've already told you that before, but yeah, like Sophia's Got Talent or something like that. So I don't remember what it was, but I do remember coming in second place and being like, well, that was great, and then just being like, oh, everyone's upset. I mean, I should be upset too. Boo. But anyways, totally unrelated story. So that was the first time I played outside, I think, and then this I think would be the second, but way more fun because I got to have instruments and my old band with me. We had a lot of fun. Like it was interesting. It was an interesting show. I'll tell you that. Um, because apparently Jimmy Buffett has a fan club, which is like already a thing that I guess is not surprising, but not something that was like on my consciousness or radar at all. I was like, wait, what? Jimmy Buffett fan club, and I promise this is going somewhere. But through a friend of a friend or through Andrew's friend, I think we kind of got the offer to play for the Jimmy Buffett fan club or for a Jimmy Buffett fan club. I think there's a whole like another long story tangent. I think I'm gonna forget if I go into that. But friend of a friend, mom is part of the fan club, and she was like, "Yo, your tunes are sick. Come play." And I was like, and we were like, "Heck yeah, man!" And so we went and did that, and it was exactly what I think exactly what you would think like a Jimmy Buffett fan club would seem like at an outdoor party, like an outdoor swimming party. It's exactly whatever you have in mind is exactly it. Because I think we unanimously agree that that was the case for us as well. So I mean, what four out of four is good. Anyhow, that was fun, and it was like I think the first time in a good while that I played lead guitar on anything, especially in public. Like oh god, it's been not a hot minute, a cool minute. I don't what's the distinction between a hot minute and a cool minute? Doesn't matter. Anyhow, I was struggling for a minute. I was like, oh god, dude, my chops are just non-existent. Somebody save me. But that somebody just had to be me and everyone around me, I guess, to help prop me up and for me to have the discipline to practice, which I think has been going well. Like it didn't sound too bad when I checked in on the rehearsal last time, and so that was a good thing. But the other thing is we're having a gig. Oh, I sound like I'm from the '80s. Anyways, a gig coming up, and so we're rehearsing at a rehearsal space this time. It was unusual for us, I guess. Maybe not unusual, but we usually practice at the pad, and so it was kind of nice getting out and just, you know, change of scenery, change of vibes. It's always nice like jamming out in a big room anyway, and like turn it up a little louder. So it's cool. But since the show that we're doing, we're having, you know, maybe some special guests, we'll say. Because Andrew, I think you've seen him on the vlog before, is a guitar teacher. And so he's having one of his students' bands play. And I think it's their first band, maybe their first show. So yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe in like a show them the ropes kind of thing. Andrew kind of invited him, and we were all, not all of us together, but you know, we shared the space and kind of just saw it happen. It was cool. Like, just seeing kids like already kind of being able to play instruments and shit. I'm like, God damn, you're about to play your first show. You're 13, killing it, and I was like 18 when I picked up the guitar. So I was like, ugh, if I could be you, if I could sound like that oldie, something, old something. I don't know. I don't like it when young people are like, oh, I feel so old, or old this, old that. Like, ah, shut up. You're, you know, whatever age you are. I think for me, I might have said this before, but for me, I think the distinction of like old is like, oh yes, when your friends start dying of natural causes, I think that's old. But I think anything under than that, and even then, that's a thing. You probably still feel young, right? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. All right, had to make a cut there because I was just totally losing my train of thought. But if I may take a moment to bitch, moan, and complain for a second, even though I made a whole freaking video on like why you shouldn't complain, I'm gonna have to take this moment to do that. Or maybe not just complaining, but just talking about what I've been up to. You know, keeping y'all updated. Because I had a bass. Or I still have the bass, but I went to go take it for a setup, which I guess if you're not familiar, you know, it's wood. It kind of warps over time. It's all messed up and funky, and so you kind of straighten it out, clean it up, you know, get a little tune up on the machine, if you will. So I went to take it, I went and took it to this place called, maybe I shouldn't say, because I'm talking some shit, so maybe don't do that, brother. Should really stop doing that too. Anyways, took it down to the shop in Santa Monica, which is where my bass buddy, my bass player, bass man lives. We went down there, and the shop has a great reputation. You know, their turnaround on his basses for like 2 weeks. It was great. I was just waiting on that call. I was like, hey man, you got yours back? Mine's got to be coming like any minute now. And I was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I was just like, all right, this is ridiculous. What's going on? Give him a call, like, oh yeah, it's been done a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, ah, damn it. Why don't you call me? But it happens, man. Went to go pick it up, and I was like, ugh, and more expensive than I thought it was going to be. Gosh darn it. But, might have made the mic peak there. But it was, they did a good job, you know. It feels great. It feels like an actual instrument again. Funny story about that bass. Not funny story, actually. Not funny at all. I had another good friend named Andrew, and I think one of his, this is definitely not funny. His grandfather had passed away or something like that. This is a long time ago, Jesus. And he had an instrument. He had a bass, and he was like, I'm not going to use this, but you know, just like one of those things that you're cleaning out the place, and I don't know, they gave it to him, I guess, and he was like, I have no use for this. Take this. And I was like, make use of it. Make sure it gets used. And I was like, yeah, man, hell yeah. And so, yeah, that bass is surprisingly, I think, I've done more with that than like my other instruments that I've had longer. Like, I don't play it as much, but I've taken it on tour before. You know, it's been on a plane. It's been recorded and stuff. And so I think, funnily enough, I've used it a lot more, like in certain ways. But I have no idea. Oh yeah, and so they did a good job because it felt great. Like it feels like a nice new, like almost like a brand new instrument again, instead of this thing that like, hey, it's good, but could use some work. Yeah, probably shouldn't complain though, right? Right. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. And I'll see you next week.